All right, let's go to happy mode. Oh, oh man, that's fun. I'm definitely using all the ammo we brought today. Oh, why is full auto so fun? Welcome back to the NFA review channel, everyone. At first glance, we're reviewing a firearm. That is not the case today. We're actually reviewing what goes in the firearm. And that is a new product from CMMG called the 9 ARC. So some of you are already familiar with their 22 ARC. This is a 9mm version. So this is going to enable you to run a standard magazine. Here's one already converted in a standard lower. So for those subscribers out there on my channel that have registered SBR lowers and machine gun lowers, now you can run your 9mm upper with this setup. So pretty cool. I just learned about this product last week. CMMG called me up about it. They were excited. They got me excited. It's being launched this week at the NRA annual meeting. So you guys are getting a definite first look on this product. Really excited to share it with you guys today. And speaking of excited, recently got my silver play button award from YouTube. So reached that 100,000 subscriber milestone thanks to you guys out there. Thank you so much for subscribing on Full30, Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, and Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, we just gave away a 100K giveaway firearm and suppressor prize. That was pretty cool. And we're giving away another gun and suppressor next month to those gold members on Patreon. So thank you for supporting the channel, and more importantly, thanks for subscribing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down into the details as usual here on the channel, and then we'll hit that range and see how it performs. Okay, I went ahead and opened the packaging for the single insert adapter to kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on here. So if you look at the product itself, you have this I-beam here in the front, and then you have these two rails that the spring is around. So you can see here, these kind of act as a guide that feed the 9mm rounds down into a full-size mag. So this is actually just consuming that extra available space inside the magazine. So you can see here and here. So these parts actually don't move when you load it. The front and the rear part don't move, only the center of the follower. So pretty neat product to actually see exposed like this. You can see how it works and why it was engineered that way. While we're on that, 29 bucks seems like a lot for an insert, but these things take a lot of time and a lot of money in R&D to get right. And not just these, but a magazine itself. Just a magazine for pretty much any gun out there takes almost as long to engineer as the actual firearm. Just some side information there. So I don't think 29 bucks is bad, especially when you get to shoot a standard magazine in a lower you would otherwise not be able to use. And something I wanted to point out, let me go ahead and just get this Banshee out of the way. We'll briefly cover that in a second. So as far as loading, okay, something that I was concerned with is that this would maybe be converted to a pistol format load, which would really suck. The major drawback between from a Glock magazine pattern lower versus one that takes a standard mag like this is loading a Glock magazine. They suck as far as shooting a lot of rounds all day. With this, just push straight down like a standard AR that you would normally load. Is a dual feed, okay? And for unloading, it's actually quite easy. There's no sharp metal edges since we're using a PMag here, and you can just actually push it out with your thumb. You don't have to use like the back end of a casing like you have to do unloading 223. So again, here I'll show some close-up B-roll shots here. You can see where the 9mm follower runs down between the front and the rear guide. So really interesting product. And another item to note is that they recommend to use this setup with a standard carbine buffer and spring. So one of the drawbacks for normally shooting 9mm is having to swap your springs back and then retune your gun for your 223, if that makes any sense. So let's say this is a full auto M16 Lower like we have down here. that gun is set up ready to run with that upper that's on it right now. I could shoot it suppressed or unsuppressed with this spring and that buffer weight that's in that gun right now. Theoretically, since it's a standard setup, I can just take this upper, throw it on that lower, throw this mag in it, and shoot full auto 9mm through it right away. So that's something we haven't been able to do before. And we are using nice, reliable PMags as the host magazine. So going back to the 9-arc insert, really what the only part they're using from the magazine itself is the feed lips and of course just the body to keep the rounds from spilling out. So pretty cool. I'm really glad they actually went with a conversion with the option to buy a PMag instead of just designing an entire new mag system. If you're like me, you have a box that's big full of Gen 2 and Gen 3 PMags, which this is compatible with. So down the road, should you build another collection full of 9mm uppers or something like that, you can take some of those mags that you have and convert them over to 9mm pretty easily. While we're on the pistol, this is a pistol I have here. Okay, this is a brace that's on here. This is their Banshee 300 series Mark IV. This is a 9mm upper, and this has their Radial Delayed Blowback 9mm. So this should sound more MP5-ish as far as a gas release than a standard blowback operated 9mm upper that you're used to seeing. Okay, you can actually see it actually has a rotating bolt head on there. Okay, that's something you don't normally see with a 9mm upper. So CMMG is pretty much kicking ass and taking names out there right now. We have the Kraken SK on here, the little 9mm can with a fixed barrel spacer in here, so there's no reciprocation. Okay, that's a fixed mount. Pretty badass little pistol setup. Got the MRO on there. And at first glance, it looks like a little 300 blackout or 5.56 host, when it is in fact a lot cheaper to shoot because it is 9mm. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and hit that range because I am dying to shoot this thing and I want to see what this radial system sounds like, as well as how well these mags perform when put to the test. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right, we made it out to the range with almost everything but my ear protection. I did find these, thank God. I ended up getting all the way out here, getting set up, and I was like, I left my range bag in the studio, so it also has my ear protection in it. So frantically searched my truck, came to the conclusion I was about to wear in-ear headphones that I use at the gym attached to nothing, so that would have been pretty funny. But I ended up checking my front console safe and found some promotional earplugs from Bowers Group in there, so thank you Bowers for that. So today we are running my lapel microphone, so we're not using my stereo setup, so the gunshots are not going to sound as clear as you guys are used to hearing. That being said, this is a review on the function of the firearm and the magazine, so sound's not as important today, but addressing you guys is. So little change there. Let's go ahead and run a full mag through it unsuppressed. We're going to try different types of ammo. So I have some Blazer Brass 124 grain. I have Fiocchi 158 grain and Freedom Munitions 147 grain hush. So a couple different ranges there, and we will be shooting it suppressed and unsuppressed. So let's go ahead and try this thing and see how it runs. First shot, I haven't shot it yet, so I'm experiencing this with you guys. Got to remember when shooting these to keep your hand away from the muzzle, so I'm going to do a mag well hold here. Have not zeroed this at all, so let's see if I just get lucky. Yep, wow, that is loud. Ooh, that smells good. Wow, that thing's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and throw a suppressor on it with the same Blazer Brass 124 grain and see if it functions well. Oh, there you have it. Functions suppressed and unsuppressed with the Blazer Brass 124 grain. Let's go ahead and load the mag up again. Fiocchi 158s, unsuppressed. Oh yeah, bolt velocity a lot slower. You can actually feel it lobbing back and forth. Lock back, bolt hold open. I only had 25 rounds because I only bought one box of that ammo, so I got to do 25. So function good unsuppressed. Let's try it again. Should add some bolt velocity back. A little bit. Oh, one failure. What we got? Let's see here. Looks like it just didn't seat the round all the way. Oh, it just didn't chamber it all the way, that's all. Let's try that again. Everything else looks good. All right. All right, I don't know what to chalk that up to. We got good lubrication in here. Could have just been the round previously fired was a little light on its loading, and the bolt speed was just too low, I guess, to chamber that round. So I'm gonna call that one a fluke. All right, let's go ahead. I think we have the Freedom Munitions 147 grain left. So that's gonna be pretty underpowered. So let's see if it can still function with that ammo. See what we got. Oh yeah, super slow bolt speed. Yep, let's see what we got. All right, I'm guessing the bolt failed to go back far enough to strip a new round off the mag. There you go. Let's dump the rest. All right, not bad, really. 1 out of 30. All right, let's quiet things down. All right, let's add a little back pressure here. See what we got. And one of the target stands just fell down. All right, wow, man. This thing is pretty damn impressive, I have to say. I mean, I'm really impressed. I figured we would run into some issues with all the different ammo types, unsuppressed and suppressed. I brought my M16 Lower, so let's tinker around with it, see if we can get this upper to run on my M16 Lower. And yeah, let's shoot some full auto. All right, I transferred over my Subaru Firearms M16 Lower. I actually kept my buffer spring and buffer in here because I wanted to see if this is going to run. So this lower is usually on my Fight Light belt fed upper. So I believe it has a heavy buffer in it. So, but the H was pretty beat up. I can't tell if there is an H on it anymore because the bolt has just beat the hell out of that buffer. And the spring, I can't remember what was in it. It might be just a standard power spring. It might be extra power spring. So this may or may not run. We're going to be running the Blazer Brass 124s first. Let's see what we got. This is a crazy looking setup. Definitely going to keep my hands back here if this thing runs. All right. All right, let's try a couple in semi first, see what we got. See if it functions. Yep. God, that is... It's so loud with that short barrel. All right, let's go to happy mode. Oh. Oh man, that's fun. I am definitely using all the ammo we brought today. Oh, why is full auto so fun? All right, let's try some full auto with the Freedom Munitions 147 grain. I threw the CGS Group Kraken SK on. Let's try a couple semi first. Yeah, that bolt velocity is really slow. I mean, carrier velocity. Bolt velocity. All right. Let's see what we got. It ran. It sounded cool. I mean, I have my earplugs in. I left them in all day because I don't want to forget to put them back in on accident, which I will do. Ooh, that's hot. Damn, this gun's cool. All right, we're down to the last box of ammo. I have mag in the gun, fully loaded with the Blazer Brass 124. I brought more of that than anything, and I have another one here in my back pocket. Let's just let's run this thing. Oh boy. Let's add a little length here. See if that helps. Oh my God. Oh, what we got? What we got? I just failed to pick that round up. I think the bolt speed was actually too fast. So I know what happened there. The bottom half of that magazine was actually Freedom Munitions 147 grain. I must have laid the mag on the other box because you can clearly hear the carrier velocity change halfway down that mag. There's definitely two different ammo types, so that was my bad. I do have, looks like 25-ish, maybe 30 more rounds of the Blazer Brass. Let's go ahead and just dump it. Last round bolt hold open. That was a Blazer Brass 124. You know, let's go ahead and just give you my thoughts on this thing now. Super functional, versatile. Now, this is a collaboration, so the magazine is adopted from Mean Arms, but the magazine in itself is not enough. So the collaboration definitely brought CMMG and Mean Arms together to bring one hell of a good product to the market, guys. And I don't just, you guys have been watching my channel for any length of time. I don't boast about anything. This thing's really cool. Highly functional. Hold on, I'm probably yelling at you. Woo, that feels better. Highly functional and highly versatile. As you saw, it ran 100% on my Subaru Firearms M16 Lower with a different weight buffer and spring than is recommended, and it ran 100% with their lower, the Banshee Lower. So something else I want to note, when I'm loading it, the feed lip built into the front of the magazine body here, that front guide, actually aids in loading this magazine, I found out. You can kind of just haphazardly just grab a round out of the box and just start shoving it in, and it kind of just aligns it and snaps down in a staggered formation that you're used to loading with your 5.56 mags. Super easy on the thumbs. We loaded, oh God, we loaded a lot of ammo today. I'm looking at a lot of empty boxes over there, and my thumbs are fine. They're not torn up as they would normally get. I don't know what else to say. Just a really cool product. We did have a couple failures today. I'm gonna chalk that up 100% to the ammunition because it just ran too well with the, Blazer Brass. Even the Fiocchi, I think it ran 100% on. The Freedom Munitions was a little inconsistent towards the end, and it just, once I cleared that one dud round, the gun ran just fine. So no magazine issues at all. For the first good 3/4 of this review, before I had that spare mag just now in my back pocket, I used one magazine only. I have two of these in hand. I just wanted to kind of beat up one and see if it would cause any malfunctions when it got fouled up, but alas, it's fine. So huge shout out to CMMG. You guys really knocked this collaboration out of the park, and with that 300 series Mark IV 9mm Banshee, I don't know how you guys are going to keep this thing on the shelf. So I think for this gun, for permanent status, we'll throw the Banshee Lower back on it, and I know I can get a 1/2x28 to HK tri-lug adapter here for the end, and then I can throw on a Kraken full-size suppressor, because now CGS Group has their 3-lug mount pretty much ready to come to market. So that'll quiet things down quite a bit and be a pretty slick looking setup. So hope you guys enjoyed today's review. We are about to give away another gun and firearm suppressor on my Patreon page sometime early May. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. We just gave away a Ruger Mark IV and CGS Group Siren 22 carbon fiber suppressor to one lucky guy. He was pretty excited. So Nick, you should have your stuff all in hand soon, and you can go ahead and file for that tax stamp and get everything taken care of. Until next time, make sure to click that like and subscribe button so you don't miss anything. We have a lot of reviews coming. See you guys.